Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Counter Currents. This is episode 109. It's your host, Petey Steele.
And your hostess, Elena Torres. And today's guest, what do I have to say about this guy? Look, here's the thing. Sometimes in life, you fuck up. You know, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and you're like, I fucked up. And it's episode 109, and we haven't had this guy on the podcast. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a fuck up.
Oh, man.
He is a DC comedy legend, a good friend of ours. We've done other podcasts with him. We got a lot of love for this guy, and we fucked up. We should have probably had you in episode 9, not 109. So everybody,
wait, I thought we had Mike on previously.
Ever? I don't think so. Well, please welcome Mike B.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. I was on one of the earlier episodes, I think, because that's when Petey freestyles in the beginning. And
yeah.
It was like it was a random Sunday.
Was that before was I there?
No.
I think this is before you came on board. That's where I'm confused. Wow, that was too long ago anyway. So
it wasn't even Counter Currents then. That's what I'm saying. No. We've done 109 episodes of Counter Currents, and we haven't had you on. That's a fuck up.
It is. Yeah.
So I can't believe that happened.
I appreciate
I take full responsibility. That was a hell of a preamble, Elena, though. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, you know, sometimes there's fuck ups, and let me give you a poster boy exhibit A. Fucking
I didn't know where you was going with that. It went from, DC comedy legend to, we fuck up. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't know who was going. I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this roller coaster. Just let me know when we're getting off.
Well, that's what I'm here for, keeping you guys on your toes. That nervous energy. I live on that. That's one thing I've been missing about comedy is that like nervous. I noticed a lot of my jokes do that like asshole pucker up. Like when you hear a whole room do that.
Yeah.
And then release that laughter. That's great. I miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of that's happening right now for everybody. It's like I said, last night I performed and I performed during the pandemic. I probably did like 6 or 7 shows like that year. Each show was like spread out like an open mic. So it was like I did one in January, then it was like I did another one like in March, and then it was like April, and then it'd be like December, and like each time you're like, oh man, I still got it, and then it's like I'm waiting for the next gig or whatever. It is like it doesn't come as rapid. So last night was interesting, but it's whatever. We're all back. Like I said before, I told us about before, like we're all at we're all starting off with an A right now. So if you're a new comic or a veteran comic, just like at school, we all got an A right now,
Yeah.
Dangerous minds.
Yeah, that's right. Dangerous mind. You got to keep your A.
Yeah. So sorry, man.
And if you win the Dylan contest, you get chicken.
I'm all about that chicken, yo.
But it's true. Like I thought I was doing probably during the pandemic at the height, a show every like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was good at comedy. And then I started doing it more like now I'm probably doing it like once a week. And now I'm like, whoa, I'm not that great at comedy anymore.
Yeah.
I got to figure this out.
Yeah. It's a muscle, man. I think for a lot of us too, and I can speak for me, like I was very hesitant and very like bullish on Zoom mics. Like I'm not doing them, and I did maybe like 3 of those. And it's just you do one of those and then you do like a real live audience and like you just can't replicate that energy of you're getting on stage and then you see the people and you tell a joke and you get that instant feedback versus like, can you just unmute your mic real quick so I know this is working?
Yeah.
Hey guys, can you just raise your hand if it's funny? Something.
Yeah.
So I'm not replicate that.
Telling jokes to avoid.
The funniest thing I saw on a Zoom mic was when somebody bombed it and just started putting pictures of dicks right in the middle of the
thing. We did me and Brandon did we tried to start a Zoom mic and we was putting it together and I remember telling Brandon like, look, we got to make sure we don't put the password like on the internet because they're there's bombers that come in and just, come in with a boo, and then they'll take over your share screen, lock you out, and then it's like porno sites and stuff like that. He didn't believe me. So we was doing our first Zoom mic. We get maybe to the 6th comment. It's like Weston Hodges, good friend, and he does his set. And then out of nowhere, like you hear this Arabic voice. I don't know if he was like doing an impression or whatever. This Arabic voice come up like, "Oh, you suck." Next thing you know, share screen comes on. I see Pornhub pop up. I'm like, "Oh boy," and it's like gay porn, dicks everywhere, just titties, everything just all over the place, right? And Brandon's freaking out, whatever, and he doesn't know what to do. And I'm just like, "Yo, just shut it down," because we're live on Facebook. Like, shut this bitch down. Right? And we had a debrief. And he was like, "Yo, I heard what you said. I just didn't believe what you said." And I was like, "See, they're throwing dicks out here on these Zoom mics." And he didn't believe me. So it was it's been a hell of a year,
Yeah.
So I'm just glad it's, I'm not gonna say it's over, but it's partially over. I subscribe to the new normal. I'm still gonna wear my mask.
Me too.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. How do you guys feel the CDC rule yesterday that if you've been fully vaccinated, you don't have to mask up? What do you guys think about that?
Stupid. Because there'll be a time when that vaccine runs out. They're saying they think it's 6 months or something from whenever you got it. So for me, that's like July. Yeah. So I can't fool around with it. I want to get back into some habits. I mean, I won't front. I've taken it off a little bit here and there, but it's still only with people I know are like vaccinated and care about this issue,
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? What do you think?
I'm rocking the mask. I haven't had the flu this in the year. I'm rocking my mask. I'm bringing my own microphone. It's just some things that you didn't think about 2 years ago that makes a lot of sense since the pandemic. Like, I'm bringing my own microphone and I'm plugging up my own microphone and I'm taking my own microphone. As far as like the mask thing itself, like I know all of y'all are vaccinated. People that I know are vaccinated. Most of my close friends I help get vaccinated. Like, we could be maskless, whatever. But there are people in this world who didn't take it seriously anyway. So now you put out this guidance. So, and it's not you can walk. I mean, I'm not comfortable enough walking up to somebody like, "Yo, let me see your vaccination card." I'm not doing that. So, but there are people out here who are like, "Great, now I really don't have to wear a mask and I really don't have to give a fuck." It's just like wearing condoms. Yo, a lot of people are told to wear condoms and they don't, and they're just fucking everybody raw dog. And
right. Right. That's true. But the difference is, it's like what they're saying is like, okay, if you've had, I don't know, not everybody cannot wear it. They're not saying like you can raw dog it just cause. They're saying like you can raw dog it if you're on birth control, I guess, but then you still get STDs. So yeah. But
that guidance is based off the honor system. Like, I have to trust that, not knowing y'all, I have to trust that you not wearing your mask also means that you was vaccinated and you done all the right protocols.
Right.
And like I said, I don't feel comfortable walking up to anybody without a mask and be like, "Yo, you vaccinated?" So I'm just gonna rock my mask because I don't know what the next man or woman did or didn't do when I'm in strange places.
Right. That's a thing. I mean, I'm conflicted about it because part of me is like, look, I feel like I did my part. Like, I was really, really careful the whole time. I got vaccinated as soon as I could. I stayed super quarantined and all that until I was fully vaccinated. And then after being fully vaccinated, I'm careful about wearing my mask, but it's just like, I don't want to live in fear anymore. And I'm kind of like, if you're not going to get vaccinated, why is that? I just get angry. It's like, why should that be my problem? But I guess in a way it is.
Yeah,
it's everybody's problem, whether they caused it or not,
Yeah.
I mean, you think about this society, like if it had been, all right, you wear a mask and you're protected, I don't think anybody would have died. But it's like you have to wear it to protect other people. So people are like, fuck that,
Yeah.
And that'll never change about human nature. It's just sad that it has to come in like a deadly variant, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
I look at it as a healthy inconvenience. I'm still like I was on the 3 Guys On podcast. I was like, look, when my 2 weeks is up, I'm out here open mouth. I'm doing everything. I don't care. I've done off punishment. I'm like, yo, me and my kids, we're going to Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
I'm booking shows. Like, I've done my part. I'm not going to sit in the house and be on punishment no more because I've done my part. I just got to know now, if we're still using the sex analogy, I just have to know now I have to wear a prophylactic when I'm in strange places. That's it. Outside of that, I'm going back outside because I can. I've done my
Yeah, I agree. Like, I do think, we should wear masks like on airplanes. Like, I don't think that should go anywhere because I was getting sick almost after every time I flew.
Yeah.
Because those things are so dirty. So there's stuff like that where I'm like, hey, I'll keep it.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of chin-zits, dude. And like, it's like, I'm ready to at least not have it on like outside.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at the playground with my kid, like I'll still see some people like at the playground with it on. And at that point, it's like the kids aren't wearing masks. I'm just, at that point, it's like, we're outside, I'm vaccinated. Just like, I'm done. If you're going to be the asshole out here with a bunch of kids pretending that you're vaccinated, what are we supposed to do? Those people should go to jail.
Like, I really wish there was a way, a way to like really police those people as far as like how the police be like, hey, you ain't got a mask on. Can I see your vaccination card? Just like an ID, pull you over. Hey, come here. Let me see your face real quick.
I think that's where we're headed. I think a lot of businesses are going to start doing, show your vaccination card. I saw some workout places are doing vaccine only classes where you have to bring in proof of vaccination to take the class.
Yeah. And that's the only way it should be. Cause they're
going to need bouncers at church.
Oh yeah.
Because there's no way like if you did like you said, Elena, if you did all the right, if you did right, you shouldn't be on punishment right now.
That's right.
And at the same time, there should be a way where we're policing these people. Like, if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's fine. You don't have to. I have a coworker, and she's not getting vaccinated right now because she wants to make sure she understands all of the side effects, and I respect that. Same time, she's like 100% masked up, like she got 2 masks on. So I respect that too. She's still doing the right thing, right? But it's just these assholes out here who are like pretending, and I feel like those people are like attempted murder type people, like they're trying to kill you, or they have like some other agenda. And I feel like we should be able to police those people and be like, I need to see your mask. Like, just damn it, use the police. They do it to black people. Pull people over for no reason. Like, let me see your face.
Pull them over just because you feel like it.
Yeah. Like, let me see your vaccination card. You're running out here with no mask on. Let me just see. You're trying to go up to this bar and drink all these beers. Before you do that, let me see your vaccination card. If you can't provide one, and you can't provide one, or you can't, because they got the fake ones too. There need to be like a little watermark or something on it, something that says, hey, this is a fake, hey, a fine or whatever. I don't care. I did my part. We all did our part. I don't care what those fuckers do. I just want
to make it a thing. Like, you don't have to get it if you don't want. The same way, like, if you're certified with something, you have to get like continuing education credits every couple of years. But by chance, if the board decides to audit your ass, maybe if they say, we'll give you a shot in the genitals, you have to take it where it hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, no numbing cream or nothing.
Yeah, there you go. Right in the balls.
It still hurts, by the way. As a person with a vasectomy, getting numbed in the balls hurts just as worse as not being numbed.
Oh, you got clip, Mike B? Talk about it.
Absolutely. I got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. My wife double dared me. She had an IUD. Is IUD, right? Yeah. So she had it in for 5 years after we had our last kid. So she had it in, and the 5 years was up, and she was like, I don't want to get another one of these, because it messes with your body and stuff like that. And I respect it. And I was like, cool. And she was like, well, we either A, need to wear condoms, or B, you need to get a vasectomy. And then she threw in, well, if we have another kid, we need to get, if we have another kid, we have to have like at least 2 or 3 more kids, because I don't want those kids to grow up by themselves, which makes sense. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get a vasectomy. Yeah. And she was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to buy condoms. That defeats the purpose of being married.
Oh, that's one of the big advantages of being married is that you don't have to use them.
Yeah, and then it was like, I mean, I don't mind having one more because we have 2 now, and my oldest is 11, and my youngest is 8. So we had another one. So that would be if we was going to have another one, it would be at least be 11-year age gap. So I get what she was like. We have to have at least 2 so they grow up together. But I was like, I'm 40 now, and like my oldest, it should be like I'll be 48 when she turns 18. And then like my son, I'll be like 51. So that's a good number to retire on being a parent.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to be that old parent, man. You know, try to be 60 years old, trying to play catch. I'm not doing that. that. So I got a vasectomy, and she didn't think I was going to do it. She really thought that it was going to be I just buy condoms and we have an accident baby or something. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna do it.
Did insurance cover it?
Oh yeah, Kaiser. It's a $25 copay, and
nice.
And you got to go through like a video training. It's like a 10-minute video, so you understand what you're getting into because it's pretty permanent. It's a permanent procedure.
Yeah.
It's $25 copay, but if you want to get it reversed, it's not covered by insurance, so it's a $6,000 payment, and you have to get put under to get everything reattached to have kids again. And
yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard if you try to go back from a vasectomy, it's no joke.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah.
You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. Like we have family members who have babies, friends that have babies, and we're like, yo, bring them babies over. You know, when she gets baby fever, bring them babies over, and you know, we'll play with them and love on them and everything like that. Then you come pick them up in a day or two. Could get tired of them. Looking and getting a puppy, you know, things like that.
Oh, that's another baby.
Yeah, things like that. When she gets baby fever, I come up with different ways to be
right.
Anything other than something that's going to grow up and then eat up our food and cost us money.
Yeah, I've definitely told my husband that that's what I would like him to do also whenever we're done having kids, because that birth control, it messes with your body a lot. And then you go off it. Like once I went off it, I was like, oh, I feel so much better.
Yeah, it's crazy, like because like the hormones, and I'm not speaking for a woman. I'm just speaking as a person who's married to a woman. That you can see, you literally could see the change, like physically, in her. And I felt like, and you know, not to get brownie points with the female listeners, but I felt like it was my duty, since she went through and had 2 kids and she had an IUD. The least I could do is get snipped. Right.
You just won major brownie husband points saying that on the record, because that's
what a gentleman old Mike B. Ladies, you can go see it tonight at
ladies, find you a man who says stuff like that.
Yeah, this how
vasectomy too, so you're safe, you know.
Here's how I fuck it up. In case we get a divorce, I could put that on my LinkedIn profile or something. Right. on my Bumble profile, like I'm clipped, so it ain't no more baby.
500 disconnections.
So it's a negative and a positive all at the same time.
Yeah, my uncle got a vasectomy when my cousin, he has 2 kids, when my cousin was like a month old. They were like, he was like, my husband was like, wow, they fuck. 1 month later, and the whole family was like, don't you want to wait? He was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah, we had our daughter, and that was cool. But the boy came out of nowhere, and that was a surprise. But you know, they always say when you have one boy and when you have one of each, that's a blessing, right?
Yeah.
And every man always humps for the boy, you know. If he has a bunch of girls, he continues to fuck for the boy. It doesn't matter how many times he has a girl. He's like, I'm gonna just keep doing this till I get a boy. Sometimes he don't get it. I got it in 2 tries. There was no need to go for a third. That was good, yo.
Yep, you did it.
Yeah, it was like two and out, you know.
Yeah,
so.
you hit the goal line. That's it. Yeah, I have one, and after having one, she's almost 17 months now, and I always wanted 3. But after everything I went through with one, I'm like, I'm definitely like, I believe in siblings, so I'll definitely have another one at some point. But I was like, 3, I don't know if I could do this 3 times.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I mean, I have a lot of friends that do, but I'm like all this crap 3 times.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I have friends who had high school babies. They had their babies in high school, whatever. They finally graduated high school, celebrating and everything. And then 2 months later, they're like, "Yo, I'm pregnant." And I'm like, "But you're 35." You gotta start all over again. Like, he was done.
Yeah.
Like, I got a friend who just turned 40 who has infant twins. Like, she just had twins. Her oldest just went to college, and her second youngest just went to is a senior in high school. So she was done, and she just got these 2 infant twins. And I was like, "Yo, that's a lot. That's tough."
That's a lot. My kids' best friends at the park are twins, and their nanny, that poor lady, she like walks around everywhere going like this. Because like, and you have to like, everyone ends up being friends with her because that poor lady needs help all the time. Because one kid's always like running to the street from the park, the other one's screaming. It's like, I don't know how people handle that.
I'm just gonna be the rich uncle. You can call me whenever you need me to bail them out.
Petey's the clutch card. Like, what you doing this weekend, Petey? Uncle, right. What you doing? I got some kids for you to watch real quick. You ain't doing shit. Look, you at home. You quarantine.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Just to be done once they graduate. I want to be like Petey. Just be like, yeah, bring them over and then pick them up when you're done.
That's right. I'll teach them the bad words. That's it.
Buy really expensive, gifts with the Bitcoin that you invested it in.
Yeah. And that fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
I did that, and
Did you go into Bitcoin?
I did. I got into dog right in time. I got when it was at 10 cents. So I got a lot of the bump, the bump when it got to like 75 cents. I was asleep when it started to dip. So I didn't pull out quick enough, but I still made a little bit of the money. I pulled out enough time. So I left.
So you still got yourself a boy, huh?
Yeah. I pulled out in time. So I I didn't pull all of it out. I left some in there in case I get like another bump. But I got, like I said, I got in there in time, and the trend looks like it never really falls. When it goes up, it never really falls. It never bottoms out to like back to where it originally started years ago. It's like maybe like 1 or 2 cents off or whatever, which is pretty steady. And I'm like, okay, I could leave a couple of coins in there and just watch it grow. And then whenever it bumps up again, time it right, pull of it out some more. So that's my strategy. But I got in the right time. I should have stayed up for that SNL episode and pulled out the moment he said that bullshit. Like immediately, because it looked like, because it went from 75 cents to like 45 cents in like 30 seconds. I should have been there, but I went to sleep confident, thinking he wasn't going to say nothing stupid, and that's on me.
Well, I feel like I'm the only person who, like, my husband and I are the only people that like really fucked up on crypto in general. Because a few years ago we went to China and everybody was into it, so we're like, and we met this guy on an airplane, and he like wrote down, he's like, this is what you got to do, and he was like Bitcoin, and he wrote down all these other coins, and we're like, we're gonna do it, and we lost all the money that we did it with. It was a huge fuck up, and so we're done with Bitcoin. But now I hear all these people that did really well. I feel like I'm the only person.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are lying on it though, because I made some money off Ethereum, and I still have a bunch of Litecoins from like 3 years ago, and now they're up, and that's great. But I see a lot of folks that I know don't know anything about like regular companies and how they make money and what's a safe investment or an index fund, and they're all just gaga over Facebook about it. And I'm like, well, hey, God bless if you make something actually. But everybody can't have a bag here,
Yeah. One of the safest. Well, I made 3 mistakes. I made 2 mistakes. The first mistake was I pulled out a Moderna too fast. I had a friend who he posted about it, and he was like, "Watch out for Moderna, because Moderna is about to be, they're about to they got the vaccine, and they're about to actually be able to pull it out." At the time, it was like $17, and it started climbing. And I bought like 3 shares. I'm not a big investor. I'm like that guy who like, I got a little money. I throw throw like $40 in there, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then it got to like maybe $40 or $50, and then it started to dip, and I pulled out. And now look at it now, it's like $100 something. Like I should just fucking stay, yo. And then I didn't ride out the airline industry as long as I should, because like all of them are up now. And when in the height of the pandemic, they were like, I'm about to say Sprint. Spirit was like at $9, $7 to $9, and now it's at 33. I got back in when it was like 11, 12, but I just rolled out that $7. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so like now it's up at 33. I got shares in Sprint, or not Sprint, Spirit, Southwest. I always fly Southwest, and that was like the second cheapest. And then I held on to my AMC. I wish I would have held on to my GameStop before the GameStop thing actually happened, because I wouldn't be here right now, because I had like 100 shares of GameStop.
Oh wow!
And then I pulled out, and then next thing you know, hedge funds got involved. But if I just would have held on to the 100 shares, yo, I would. So
you had GameStop before this whole drama, huh?
Yeah, I had GameStop. I had AMC. I got shares in Party City, because Party City was like, it was like at 33 cents, and then now that's up like a couple of dollars. I got shares at WWE, because the first lesson that I learned in investing is invest in things that you're interested in.
Right.
But that was another mistake I made, because back in 2007 when I was in Iraq, WWE had just went public, and I believe they came in hot at like $5 or $15. I know it's like a $10 difference, what I'm saying. But now they're like at $50 a share, and at one point they went to like $80, $90, close to 100. And I jumped in there. I pulled out, and I jumped back in when it was like at $40, and rode that wave when it got to 100. And then I pulled out again. I just never reinvested. So I don't know where they're at now, but I look at those. I try to stay. Like I said, I put my little pennies in here and there, just to play around and indulge. My friend Glenn, he put me on the Bitcoin, and it was something about dog. I think I like the name dog, and I just invested in that, because Bitcoin is like $50 billion right now. And so you put $100 in, it's like you only got like a piece of a dog ear of Bitcoin. You don't have like a whole Bitcoin. So that's stupid to me. But I'll put like $50 to a 0.2 of a cent coin that's supposed to be a joke, right? But it keeps going up. So
Romaine bought it because he said it was just a joke dare or something, and then he ended up getting some money off of it. But the thing is, I mean, I do want to encourage everybody to, as a message from Countercurrents, to invest responsibly and don't take us as like professional advice or what have you. But the other thing I would say for my stuff, and it has made money, buy the thing that owns the thing. Like you said, airlines, right? So I got a bunch of Boeing, because everybody fucking gets Boeing because they make the planes. You know what I mean? Okay. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You should buy Square, MasterCard, Visa, PayPal, the MVPs. Because
we do that too.
Yeah, because they own and they deal in some Bitcoin stuff too, and they have market caps of 100 billion to like $500 billion. So it's like you don't want to try to catch a falling knife. You want to fucking get stuff that's just going to grow as like a company.
Like Apple.
Even if like Apple.
Apple will never disappoint.
Right. Even if the price doesn't reflect it entirely, any given day, you got to measure the company by fundamentals.
Yeah,
that's actually good. I think that's good investment advice, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
I took mental notes. I had no pen on me, but I took mental notes. I got a friend who told me the same exact thing. He's serious too. He works from home. He works at Apple, so all he does is like create spreadsheets, and he sends out daily emails. He's like, "Hey, look, I just looked at the trend. I'm going to invest in Bitcoin at 12, and then when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to sell all of the Bitcoin that I bought, because it's the peaks and valleys, whatever. Looking at the trends, but he's like a nighthawk, like he's into this. And
there are millionaires that like sit in their underwear that just have made tons of money just from day trading.
That's
my husband's dream. But he's like not, but he admits that he's like not savvy, because you have to be like really savvy and like know all that, and you have to be on it all the time. He's like, my dream is just to be in my underwear all day and day trade.
Yeah. Y'all
It's
seen
a good goal.
Yeah, stay-at-home dad, he calls it.
Y'all seen y'all seen the show Billions?
No.
It's a good show. But it's basically like and I could be wrong. So if there's a listener out there like that's not what the show's about, let me whatever. I don't know. Me and my wife made me watch it. I enjoy it, and I start watching more episodes while she sleeps, and then she gets mad because I like it now. And
oh yeah, I've been there. That just happened with us on that show Manhunt. Manhunt on Netflix.
Yeah. It starts off with honey, watch this, and then and your husband like I want to watch this bullshit, and then like 3 episodes in, you're like he's more interested than you are. And
Yep. Going on in my house right now with Manhunt. Actually, my husband doesn't know that I watched a whole other episode last night. That's going to be a fight we have later. Yep.
And so basically, but basically, just a hedge fund guy who made billions. His name Billions, whatever, but he's like got ties with the government, the New York City government and stuff like that. But that's all he does. He finds out, hey, there's a chicken stock, blah, 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 and it's about to go down. And we need to go ahead and put so many shares over here and get rid of this. Like, that's all he does. But he has a whole office and stuff. So, your husband's not too far off. He might have to own an office in order to sit in his underwear and do it. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah. I also know him. I'm like, you're never gonna be that guy, because he calls it stay-at-home dad. I'm like, you're not. You just want to day trade in your underwear with like the kid in the background.
That's the dream.
Like, I don't think you're that guy. I don't think you're that stay-at-home dad at the park. We all know who that stay-at-home dad guy.
Yeah,
there's always one.
Yeah, just look at him. He wears the same T-shirt.
Yeah,
got a little cigarette burn on the bottom of it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Got a coffee stain. We got a great.
Right. You can see the masculinity just floating away.
Yeah, he gave up. He got a pair of gray sweatpants with the holes in them. Got a coffee stain on them. Yeah, just look at the shoes. They got creases in all of them. The big, thick Panther Fatty Ashes shoes. Like, he gave up. He's done. Yep. He's hoping that his son becomes the number 1 draft pick. Yeah. That's all he cares about.
Well, we want to thank Mike for doing the episode. I know it was a short one, but it's a good one. Mike, where can people find you? What shows are you doing? What's your social media? Tell people where they can find you.
When does one come out?
This will probably come out next week, probably on Monday.
Okay. Word. In that case, then you catch me at the DC Comedy Loft, May 27th through the 28th. I think it's the 29th though. Yeah, May 27th through the 29th. I went up for Craig Conant. I think that's his name. Craig Conant at the DC Comedy Loft that weekend. You can also follow my podcast, the Open Mic Radio podcast. I stream it live on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And you can subscribe to that on Apple and Spotify. And follow me, OMikeB757 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. OLMIKEB 757. And or on my website, which I need to pay for it to be live. It'll be on by the time the episode pops. So I gotta pay that bill literally right now. But
right.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Blast.
I love y'all. Appreciate y'all dealing with the audibles I had to call this week.
No, hey, you know what? I'm always happy that there's an audible for somebody doing a show. That's the kind of audibles we need these days.
Amen.
But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again for having me on.
Oh, thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start promoting this week, but we're gonna promote it every week until this happens. Everybody, on June 2nd, which happens to be my birthday, so you can't miss it. At Arlington Draft House, we're going to do another Countercurrent showcase. We're going to book the comedians this week, but it's always going to be somebody fire. There's going to be a lot of funny people, and it's my birthday. So me and Petey are going to be there, and a lot of funny people are going to be there, and you should not miss it.
Absolutely not. Yeah. And I got some stuff coming up, but we'll see. I don't want to announce it now because I'm kind of week to week dealing with this family situation we're going through right now. But hey, we'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. And the shows will be popping again.
The shows will be popping. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
All right.